Yeah, hi there guys. Seems that NASA's been hacked. Apparently, according to space.com, this article was published on the 17th of May, a NASA computer was hacked and satellite data was accessed. Now, the story is that a Romanian hacker claims to have breached a computer server at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center and gained access to confidential satellite data. The hacker, who calls himself TinKode or TinKode, took to Twitter shortly before noon on the 17th of May to boast that he had hacked the server access of the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. And on his blog he posted a screen grab of what he said was the Goddard Space Flight Center FTP server. And the screenshot shows files that appear to be connected with NASA's server program, which is spelled SERVIR, which uses satellite data to aid in disaster relief, health risk assessments and climate change and biodiversity issues, wrote Paul Roberts from the security firm Kaspersky Lab. Now, Rob Gutrow, who is the Deputy News Chief at the Space Flight Centre located in Greenbelt, MD, confirmed that there was indeed a breach at the NASA Goddard FTP site, but he said that it took place in April. Well, who really cares? It took place, you know, April, May, June, July, who cares? It took place. So really throwing that out there, I don't know really why they're bothering. The necessary steps were taken to protect the infrastructure at that time. Why? I mean, if these are just weather satellites that are looking at climate change and biodiversity issues, health risk assessments and disaster relief, you know, what a load of crap. Disaster relief. Okay, so where is the disaster relief to Japan? Where is the disaster relief to the people that are being flooded in America? Where is the disaster relief for people affected by all of this, you know, planetary natural disasters taking place? Where are they assessing people's health risks? How can you do that with a satellite? Am I missing something here? Perhaps I'm missing something here. And climate change and biodiversity issues. You know what they're doing with these satellites? They are checking out our magnetosphere. Okay, there is serious shit happening with our magnetic fields and it is affecting our magnetosphere. We have heaps of cosmic stuff coming towards us and in through our atmosphere that they don't understand, and they're sending shit up there to check it out. And you know, we've got to remember that well, you know, not so much us, because, you know, I'm Australian, I'm not American, but the people of America need to understand they own NASA. NASA is theirs. They pay for NASA. They pay to run NASA. They pay to put these satellites up and monitor what's going on around our planet. And they have a bloody well damn right to see that information and not keep being censored. And this is what NASA thinks that it, you know, it can do. It can choose to censor information or choose to release information. And you know, really, as an entire human civilization, we all have the right to know what is going on around us, but especially the people of America who actually use their hard-earned tax dollars to fund these space programs and to fund this agency. I think people forget that they own these agencies. I think people forget that the government is there to serve them, not the other way around. You know, I mean, people need to take back their power and understand that the government are put in place to look after the people's interests, not their own. And, you know, when you have these people like these hackers trying to access information, well, maybe they wouldn't have to if this information was clearly, you know, released for all to look at and understand. I mean, we don't just want the select few that the government choose being able to interpret this information. You know, we should be given the right to use our own methods of deduction when looking through this information and come to our own opinions and theories. And I'm sure that NASA has their trained, astrophysicists, and they have their trained astronomers, but they're not God. They're not the holy grail of information. You know, there are plenty of very smart amateur astronomers and very smart people that can deduct and deduce from the information given lots of observations and information regarding what's going on at the moment. So I found that really, really interesting that this Romanian hacker had targeted this NASA server program. So it's well worth looking into a little bit more, because I do not believe for 1 minute that he just done it to boast, or, he's obviously looking for something. He's trying to get something out there. They're trying to pass it off as it's just some kid being stupid and trying to, prove himself. But I think that there's a lot more going on than just that. The article's very short. There's not a lot of information in there. I checked out the NASA server. It's SERVIR, the server program. And basically it says the same thing, that it's, ground-based data and forecast models to monitor and forecast environmental changes, improve response to natural disasters in Central America and the Caribbean, African and the Himalayas. Wow. Gee, I never really knew that NASA and the American government were really, really concerned about natural disasters in Central America, Africa, Caribbean and the Himalayas. Can somebody please tell me what kind of programs they've got in place in these, in these countries to improve the environmental, response, improve the response time to natural disasters in these areas? I mean, what a joke! As if the American government gives a toss about what happens in Central America, the Caribbean, Africa and the Himalayas. You only have to look at what happened in Sudan and the slaughter that went on there, while the US government and everybody else, every other government around the world just stood there. The UN just stood beside and watched these people get slaughtered, these women and babies and children get slaughtered, get hacked to death, basically with huge big machetes when that war in Sudan, the Sudanese war was on. So please don't try and tell me now that you're really concerned about improving the responses to natural disasters. No, what they're doing is they're monitoring what the hell is going on around the planet. And I can tell you now, they have no idea. They are seeing things happen that they have never seen happen before. And they are grasping at straws, trying to work out just what the hell is going on, which is why they're censoring so much of this information. Because they cannot let anybody know the truth, and that is that they have no idea of what's going on. So anyway, then I had a look at the space shuttle mission, because I wanted to find out what they were doing, this last mission that just went up in April. And wow, when you put in space shuttle missions 2011, now I don't just know if this is Australia, and I have just found out recently that Australia has been is being very censored with a lot of the information on the internet. So for all you Aussies that didn't know that, yes, I get sent a lot of links and I cannot access them, okay? And that is because the Australian government is censoring people in Australia from certain websites on the internet. So just know that. So I put in space shuttle missions 2011, and this is all that came up. One little, page of a few links. So not a lot of information they're putting out about what they're going up and looking at with these missions. But I did find out from this this space.com article that was published on the 5th of March, just after the final mission was launched, and just dug away down under here. It basically tells you that they're going up to try and figure out what these cosmic rays are doing. And you all know, if you've seen my other videos, that there are a lot of strange cosmic rays we are being bombarded with at the moment. Some are emanating from our sun, and some are actually changing matter. Carbon-14 is one of the radioactive matter particles that are being changed, but it's changing all radioactive particles, and it's basically the decay rates are changing. And So things are basically brightening, you know, they're burning more brightly, and that includes us, you know. I mean, we are all made of particles, and so they're, as I said, they're reaching for straws here, guys. They don't really know what's going on, so they've basically launched missions up around our planet to check out just exactly what's happening. And it actually says here that the instrument, the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer, they've taken that to the International Space Station, and this is the instrument that is a huge detector designed to study cosmic rays and antimatter. Okay, and peer into the building blocks of the universe, and that's just one sentence that's hidden away down the bottom of the article. So it just goes to show you that they really don't know what the hell is going on up there. They're releasing less and less information. We really need to be mindful of that. You know, all these transformers that are blowing up around the world, please keep in mind that this is what happens when the Earth is hit with solar flares. Okay. It's interesting to note, however, that we haven't seen any massive solar flares being Earth-directed, as in X-class flares. So are we really getting the correct images displayed on the SOHO cameras, or is there something else that's being directed at Earth from the sun that is interacting with these transformers? You know, something definitely we have to look for. A lot more unusual stuff, you know, happening regarding the magnetosphere. I saw one article saying that it heated above the Japanese earthquake area just before the earthquake hit. A lot of people are, you know, running with HAARP as they do. However, this is, you know, the same thing that causes earthquake lights. You know, we are in an electric universe. You know, our planet is electric, you know, and you can imagine these stresses on the tectonic plates cause huge amounts of electricity to be emitted, and this is what in turn causes these earthquake lights that have been around, you know, and been mentioned throughout history for hundreds and hundreds of years. So this isn't anything new, and you know, they've only just had the instrumentation to basically start observing this kind of thing. So, you know, it's not HAARP. I can tell you it's not HAARP. It is basically the magnetosphere reacting to the tectonic stresses, or you know, maybe it's the other way around. I mean, there's that video I put out of the cosmic hotspots as well. I mean, you know, this could be another thing that we need to look at, that something else is being directed towards us and causing these interactions too. So, you know, we've still got a lot to try and figure out, and with the limited access to information that we get because of the secret nature of these agencies like NASA, it's hard to try and connect the dots, but we still have to try connecting them. And I will continue digging around in this, and I would urge anyone else, if they are interested, to do the same and try and figure out just what they are up there observing. But obviously this person from Romania is sick of being censored and wants access to this information. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. So much love. Thanks for listening, guys. See you later.